everybody, and welcome to Daylight 449. Today, well, I'm going to be talking about Bay Area Rapid Transit, or BART, not to be confused with Bart Simpson, as Google normally does, because, I don't know, anytime I type in Bart Simpson is what comes up, and it's very annoying. It makes me hate Bart Simpson, even though I never watched The Simpsons in my life. I know I probably should, maybe I shouldn't, I don't know, tell me in the comments. Probably won't, because I don't have time for this kind of stuff. I don't know, might be worth my time. I've heard good things about it and bad things about it. Anyways, not important. I'm talking about Bart. Now, Bart is if you don't know, Bart is the light rail system of the San Francisco Bay Area. Goes from San Francisco to all over the Bay Area, so that'd be San Francisco, then as far south as like San Jose, and as far east as like Pittsburgh, California, not Pittsburgh, Ohio. Pittsburgh. Gosh, God, I'm usually good at this, but Pittsburgh. Oh, that's not Ohio. God, Pennsylvania. God, I'm such an idiot. If I got that wrong, I'm so sorry. I deserve to be canceled on YouTube. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is that I switch cabin interior and just do like this. So I have a bit of an issue with Bart, obviously. If you could look at the name of this video. Now, Bart. They're cars from the outside. Before their newfangled cars came, they had on average the oldest fleet in all the world. Like, on average, their cars were the oldest, because most of them were either built when it opened in 1972 to 1996, and that's ancient. I mean, the new ones are great, but I mean, so I started riding Bart. I remember the first time I rode Bart that I remember was when I was 5. Me and my mom went on a transportation day where we took every form of transportation in San Francisco apart from the ferry. I've never taken the ferry. But besides the fact that I've never taken a ferry, it was a fun day. And, you rode the streetcar. That's the only time I've ever ridden the streetcars, so on and so forth. That's when I first got my Clipper card, which is basically our form of a transit card. And I remember my grandparents took me on Bart several times when I was younger. I thought, wow, this is pretty cool, because, I love trains. And Bart is as close to a train as you're going to get, apart from Caltrain. But it's basically a train. So, I was like, wow, this is amazing. But then, the real thing that changed my opinion on Bart is when I moved to Japan. See, my dad, he had a job. I don't even remember what it was. It was like being representative of his company to like, I don't know, the Japanese division. I don't even know. But basically, Japanese transportation is on another level compared to Bart, or really any U.S. transportation. Like, the people are orderly, which I guess isn't really the transportation's fault. That's just Americans being terrible. But also, like, all the stations, like, even the crappy station, like the station near my school, it was, like, totally run, it was, like, totally, like, in the sticks. It was, like, it was not particularly, like, well made or anything like that. It looked kind of old. But even that, it didn't smell like urine. It was rusty, but it was, like, kind of, like, nice, actually. It was very nice to be in. But if you take, for example, my home station here, Millbrae Station, proud Millbrae resident, that thing is awful. Like, it reminds you of, like, if you ever see, what's it called? Like, abandoned theme parks. It looks like an abandoned theme park. Here I'm probably going to cut away to some video or some pictures of it, but it looks like an abandoned theme park. And I'm sure they're going to revitalize it once all these newfangled constructions come. But right now, it looks like an abandoned theme park. I'm sorry. It just has that, like, concrete and, like, light and brightly colored, but, like, all the, like, paint is, like, fading and, like, chipping. Yeah, it has that look to it. It's not good, but, whatever. Excuse me. Yeah. So some issues with Bart. Number one, the cars are just ancient. Like I swear, the cars, like most train cars in Japan. I'm gonna compare it to Japan because that's where I've been. That's where I've had the most experience with public transportation. But in Japan, the cars, well, there were some older cars. They were still 90s, and they were decent. Like they had, like most of them had a screen. Well, some, not all of them. Some of them had a screen. Well, at least most of them had maps. They were decently well taken care of. And while Bart doesn't have like nothing is like graffitied or anything like New York. Doesn't look like New York. But it's definitely, the cars are just like, I'll give it, the seats are comfortable, but the what I put this, the cars just feel very old. Like, I know the cars in Japan felt old, but these just felt really, really old. And it was very not fun. And the next thing is, people on the trains are a bit scary. Now, I know being stereotypical and all that is bad and whatever at ethnic studies class yesterday. But I'm sorry, but when a person that looks drunk listen to rap music passes me, I you're gonna get a bit nervous because like that's what we've all been trained to fear, and like that's what you always hear on the news, people getting attacked. So like, I know it might sound like racist or whatever the hell, but it the people on Bart just are very sketchy, you know. They're kind of scary, and like on Japanese train, you see like first graders on trains by themselves. I mean, you can't do that here. You're gonna get like kidnapped or something. Especially where I am, because nobody's on the train at my point because we're the end of the line. Well, so it's really hard. Like, I really want Bart to do well. Like, but the new cars, the seats are kind of crap. Like, they remind me of the seats in my science lab, which isn't a compliment. They're like hard foam. Yeah, there's a real issue with our seats. I don't know what it is, but yeah, the seats are terrible. Like, way downside from the original. Drinking some water. Good for you guys. Drinking water's good. But seats are downgrade, definitely. The screens are nice, I will admit. They have, where you're going and, like, the GPS or whatever. I will admit that's very nice. The PA is still non-existent. Like, in Japan, all of the stations, they'd be like, next stop is blah, blah, blah. And then next up is, Kichijoji. And then they'd have it in a bunch of different languages. And that was really nice, and I like that. But they don't have that on Bart. Because Bart is lame. Like, you have the conductor doing it. And the conductor, you can barely tell because the PA systems have a lower quality than, like, I don't know, high school. Like, some high school. Like, I did a HSBT test at, like, St. Ignatius High School. And their PA system is so terrible. Like, it sounds like, those $10 little radios you can get at Target? It sounded like that. It was just dreadful. And, like, I'm like, how can you make it sound so terrible? Like, you're paying $30,000 a year to go there, plus donations, quote unquote. But, they're not donations. Like, like, you get the tax deduction donation, but donations are, like, willing. These aren't willing, they force you to make them. So, so I have a bit of an issue with that. But beyond that, back to Bart. I mean, my issue with the Bart station. Now, I voiced my issues with Meltbury Bart station before. And the issues with it are probably just down to poor maintenance. But my other issues, so I take Bart to get to a bus at Daly City Station. I have to wait for the 58 bus. It's because the main buses are the 28 and the 57. Now, the 28 comes very often, and, they pass probably every 10 minutes. But the 58 only comes every 30 minutes, which means I have to wait a long time sometimes if I miss the bus. Not miss the bus, but miss the previous bus. What that means is that I have to stand there for 20 minutes smelling pee. Like, a straight up urine. And then you see, like, puddles on the ground, and you're like, oh my god, I hope that's not urine. You have to, like, step around it. It's a bottleneck. And, like, why do people think it's okay to pee in a public area? Like, come on, guys. Like, at least pee in a bush. Like, pee in a bush, please. Don't pee, like, next to where people are still waiting for the bus. Like, that's my personal pet peeve. But, like, I don't want to sit on the benches because they're all, like, dirty and stuff and, like, suspicious. And even on the bus, like, the bus is safer, I think, because, there's the bus driver. And, like, there is somebody there whose job it is to make sure that no one dies. And, like, and I watched, it's not, nothing Shang-Chi is going to happen. I mean, if you didn't see that movie. Literally, it happens in San Francisco and a fight takes place on a bus. It's like so random XD, but I love that movie. Probably the only good new Marvel movie I've watched in a while. Like, I know I'm getting a bit off topic, but most new Marvel movie and TV shows are just terrible. Like, I was okay with Thor: Love and Thunder. I thought it was really funny, but as a Thor movie, it wasn't particularly great. Like, it wasn't a good movie, but it was really funny. But like, God, the She-Hulk, it is terrible. I mean, terrible. Like, I can't stand that show. Like, CGI's terrible. Okay, that's fine. It's a TV show. It's not really a big deal. I'll deal with it. If the story was good, but it's not. The story is cringe and all the cringy and whining about men and, like, it's kind of like Amy Schumer humor. That's not a compliment, by the way. You don't want to have Amy Schumer humor. Yeah, it's a bit of a big issue with that show. But beyond that, there's many other issues. But I'm straying off topic now. Now back to Bart. Now, my issues with Bart are well, they're compound. I think the other issue with Bart is that, like, it only goes down one part of San Francisco. Like, if you ever look, like, I know San Francisco is really small, and it's a very small city. I get that. But if you look at, like, the New York subway, it goes everywhere, like, all over New York. Like, it's actually helpful. Like, you can get from, like, I don't know, your grandma's house to your house. You can't do that in San Francisco unless you live on the main line where everything goes. And, like, this brings me on to another point. I swear, every single time I go there, something is broken. Either the screens that they used to display the, what's it called again? The schedules. Either that is broken, like, out of service, or they have something up, like, the elevators at Embarcadero are broken. And I'm like, oh my god, these elevators are ancient. I mean ancient. Like, if you looked at these elevators, I'm sure you could, like, find a date. I'm sure you could find a date, and that date would probably be, like, 1972, when the thing opened. But, like, I mean, it could be a lot worse, sure. But these elevators, like, they have, like, people scratch stuff all over them, and, like, they smell weird, because I'm pretty sure someone pissed in it. And, whatever. They're really loud, slower than, like, I could run faster than that. Not even run. I could slide faster than the elevator. It's just, I just want it to do well. I really do. Like, the new cars, they're great if only the seats were any good. But they just need to fix their infrastructure. Their infrastructure is just bad. Like, in the peninsula especially. Like, I don't go out to the East Bay very often. Like, I only really travel between Melbourne, Daly City, and occasionally into San Francisco. But they need to fix their terrible infrastructure, like, especially down in the peninsula. Like, I know only one line goes past Daly City, but, like, all the stuff in San Francisco and everything below San Francisco, it's just smells like urine. It looks like it's abandoned. it's not pretty. I know no one goes there, but no one goes there because it smells like urine, and like there's weird people there that scare people off. Like I'm not trying to be like racist or anything, but it's like people, like I get scared when people walk by me who look, unwell. Not like, I don't know, I'm sure, like, it's a survival instinct, and like, I'm sure most of you will understand how that works. And if you wanna, like, unsubscribe from me because I said that, it's fine. But like, that's just how my brain thinks. That's how a lot of people's brain thinks, I'm sure. But I think Bart needs to just fix themselves. I think Bart needs to find a way to make their system more appealing. And like less scary. I mean, there's the Bart police who like seem to cause more issues than they solve. Like they shut down their line constantly. The line is confusing as hell. It's very weird. Everything except one line goes through San Francisco. I don't know. I honestly don't know what you can do about Bart. It's a good idea, but I don't know. I think you just need to set it up better, because the issue is it's weird because it definitely isn't like, what's it called, MTA, or, what's the other one, or like Tokyo Transit or anything like that, because it has the looks of MTA with the third rail and all that, but it has a service more of like, JR routes where they go farther out. And I think the real issue is that they don't really fit. Like if you made them like faster or whatever, that might make it better, but I don't really know. Bart just has a bit of an identity crisis. Well, so in conclusion, that Bart kind of bad, but I mean they are trying. I'll give them that, they are trying. So if there's anything to take away, try not to ride Bart if you can. If you have to, sure, it's fine. Just make sure to stay in cars with other people, because then you're less likely to be attacked, and if you are attacked, then people are going to be there to help you. Besides that, I hope you have a good day, night, whatever time it is for you guys, and enjoy your lives. Be happy or whatever, I don't know. And that's it for me for my first rant video. I don't know what the name of this rant. I'm sure by the time you'll know what the name of this rant series is, but I don't know yet. This will probably post on Saturday, so you guys can see this on Saturday, like my upload schedule says. I'm gonna be making more of these because, I think they're probably, even if someone watches them, it helps me take out my anger and make me feel heard. Yeah, I don't know. See you guys. Watch my other videos, please. Subscribe, whatever. I want to grow this channel so much, and if you're watching this part of the video, I know you like me. I know you can listen to my monotone voice for I don't even know how long now, but it's this YouTube journey has been truly fun. Like when I started, I was just here to beat my sister, but now I think that I can do something special with, even with my 44 or whatever subscribers I have now. I don't know. When I get 100 subscribers, I will make a I'll make a Q&A video maybe, or if I can get that many 100 subscribers to get me to Q&A videos. I don't know. But if I get 100 subscribers, I'll do something special for you guys. Make it well worth your while. love you guys. See ya in the next video. Please like and subscribe. Thanks.
Yes.